Next on the line, I guess I'm up here, and we have one of the things that are what had a little bit of buzz on social media, and now it's become an anime. It is Giji Harem, Giji Harem, or also known as Pseudo Harem. Um, so this got a buzz on social media before because when Japan often has advertisements, like very small advertisements at times for very small, very quick advertisements at times for like light novel publishings or yeah, or sometimes like manga publishings, right? Publications, right? Like a new chapter of this light novel or this manga is out. And sometimes or oftentimes they are voiced by voice actresses, like so the advertisement will show a small scene from the manga or the light novel, and then the voice actresses or the voice actors will voice the characters in those dialogues. And Hayami Saori happened to be the one that voiced uh the female heroine for Giji Harem. And as it turns out, to
She's
absolutely
popular?
nobody's surprise. Yeah, first of
Wait a
all, she's
minute.
popular, and she voices and like quiet, kind of um, like demure, I guess, demure black long-haired anime girls, right? She is very good at voicing those for some inexplicable reason.
Oh, wait, you mentioned only
So
Shisari?
no, Hayami Saori,
Oh,
Hayami
whoops,
Saori.
wrong one.
Um, yeah. So Hayami Saori, uh, who might be somewhat evident from her voice, is extremely good at voicing these sorts of young black hair, like again, demure kind of female heroines. So it got a bunch of buzz because it involved her, acting out a bunch of different roles as well. And now, some years pass, and this has become a full anime. So a little bit of a social media kind of thing, but I don't think it was ever really beyond a super. It wasn't like ever super popular or anything like that. A lot of it was from like the social media buzz. But anyways, just covering it real quick. It is done by who is it done by? Oh yeah, Nomad. So Nomad Production is, I guess, in most recent times, it is most known for the Dropkick on My Devil, um, s- I guess series, right? The couple of seasons that it had, as well as a couple of others. I forget what the um yeah. So it did Gungrave recently, I think. It did. I think one of the like spin-offs, like Bungo Stray Dogs 1 or something like that. They did
Oh,
Chakoto
the short.
Sister. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They did Kitaku Bu, or it's like Chronicles of the Going Home Club. Yeah, but again, most recently I think they were known for oh, I forgot they did do Camp Fur. God damn it. All right. Um, but yeah, most recently they're mainly known for Dropkick on My Devil, and the staff is mainly composed of the direct one I think the director behind that. No, one of the people that helped one of the people veterans within Nomads. So his name is Kikuchi, yeah, Kikuchi Toshiro. He is now directing um Giji Harem, and he's been a veteran, longtime veteran within Nomad. He's done a lot of like storyboarding and animation stuff. And he has a lot of experience working with Nomad as well as some other studios outside of it. Um, I think the only other directorial role he's done is Bungo Stray Dogs 1, under Nomad as well, and he's pulling together the people he knew from Dropkick on My Devil within Nomad, as well as some veterans outside of it to form this staff for Giji Harem. So that's that. The general, uh, the general voice acting cast is pretty decent. I mean, obviously, it has Hayami Saori. It has Okamoto Nobuhiko as the MC. Suave Junichi, some others. I think some of the other supporting characters are a little bit more on the newer side, like uh, voice actors and actresses who have gotten some roles here and there, some supporting roles here and there in the past. I want to say 4 to 5 years, but mostly still a little bit green behind the ears, right? But obviously, the star of the show is Hayami Saori because she is the female heroine doing all the different voices. So really, it doesn't. Other than her, the rest of the cast doesn't really matter. Nobody's really there to hear their voices. So there's a cap to this.
Fucked up, dude.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. That's why the person on the credit card is Kana Hanazawa and not fucking anybody else, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, she deserves it. Um, I think audio visuals wise, Nomad, I think does a better job overall, decently replicating the type of art style that Giji Harem original manga has. Um, within the anime, and it doesn't sort of skimp. I think, um obviously, it doesn't need as many, like, sudden frames and, like, flying around as maybe something like, again, Drawing on My Devil had, because it's mostly just talking, right? And it's like a bunch of still frames for the most part, with a little bit of, like, maybe flailing around here and there every once every 5 minutes, but there's not a lot of, like, animating, like, smooth, like, battle scenes or anything like that that's necessary. So for the most part, I think the animation quality is up to snuff. The character designs and stuff like that are quite, again, similar to the manga itself, the original source material itself, and of decent quality. BGM is kind of whatever, and I think the OPED is somewhat interesting. The opening is Blouse by Gohobi. Gohobi is like a four-man band. Uh, I think it's a four-man J-pop band. The vocals are quite decent, but I think the sort of like kind of live, kind of lighter voice that is kind of standard of the J-pop genre, and done by I think Suzy on the vocals for Gohobi. It works out pretty well, but I think and it's quite reminiscent of J-pop back in the, I guess, 2010s ish, or J-pop and song OPs back in the 2010s ish. But I think the visuals for the opening is kind of whatever. It was very standard, kind of like anime. Oh, here's like the girl kind of flying through various scenes, and I personally liked the ending's visual better, where it had, like, various scenes from, like, the actual manga, and it was kind of like it looked like a storyboard, like, going through, like, various, uh, like, comics and stuff like that, and I like that sort of visual, but the ending song in itself, which I believe is an original song for this series, sung by Hayami Saori, yeah, it's ad-lib by Hayami Saori, was Hayami Saori's singing wasn't, like, necessarily bad or anything, but the actual song itself, the composition, as well as just, like, adding random rap part, adding this, like, very weird mumbly rap part in the middle, I didn't appreciate it as much as I think perhaps the songwriter and the composer would have wanted, and so
What, you
I don't
don't
know.
like rap music's fire?
You don't like mumble rap?
Yeah, it was very mumbly and not as coherent, I think, as I would have liked. So I was not a big fan of it. So the ED, I prefer the visuals more. The opening, I prefer the actual like composition of the song a little bit more. So I don't know. I feel like one of them should have hit a golden balance, but neither of them did. So it was like, whatever. But yeah, that was my opinion on the audio visuals. I think the visuals stand up pretty decently. The audio, OPED stuff leaves a little bit to be desired. So And obviously, again, voices you kind of just really only listen for Hayami Saori. So, but yeah, real quick summary of the story itself. Pseudo Harem. So Kitame Eiji, which who is the male main character, is a second year high school student, and he is part of um the drama club. So he he is part of the drama club, but he's also kind of just like he, they kind of just depict, or the author kind of just generally depicts him as this guy who's just like, man, I wish I could be popular with the girls, the usual like main character. Oh man, when am I gonna hit my springtime of youth or all that crap, right? He meets uh Nanakura Rin, so he meets or like at the beginning the setting is that he has a junior in the drama club, Nanakura Rin, who is the female heroine, who is talking with him a lot and kind of using her uh very high spec acting skills to kind of be like, okay, if you really want a a harem, or if you want to really try going out with different girls or whatever, because springtime of youth or whatnot, then how about I try practicing, uh, acting out these different girls and see how you respond to these situations and so on. So uh, obviously the girl is also like while she's doing the all the acting and the pretending, is also actually in love with him, does actually like him. And the rest of the story kind of flows in between a bunch of gags and like episodic mini arcs and all these there's nothing like super overarching. It's just mini arc upon mini arc upon mini arc upon episodic stuff content that is all just like lovey-dovey, the girl kind of pretending to be, Nana Kurarin, Hayami Saori acting out different girls and being like, "How's this?" And then the MC being like, "Oh, I don't know about that, blah blah," and then them going back into being more lovey-dovey, doing different things in the school, school fair or events or stuff like that, and just going through the motions of a very standard vanilla rom-com. Um, I don't think that the interpersonal relationships and like how they bounce off each other or how they come up with ideas and so on are written particularly well. A lot of it's very on the nose, like, oh, it's like, I think I like the MC. And it's like, oh, I'm blushing. I can't let the MC see me like this. And the MC going like, huh, it's really nice that you're doing this for me. I wonder what, a very green eggs and ham level of very elementary school level of story writing, right? But again, the point of I think the source material as well as the anime really is quite clearly not focused on interpersonal relationships or how the story develops or even really any of the quality of the mini arcs, like how the setting of any of the mini arcs, like are they at a school fair? Are they going shopping? Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares in this series. The author doesn't care. The readers don't care. Nobody cares. And the only thing that is of value that anybody really reads through is the girl doing the various roles to flirt with the main guy. And this is done pretty decently in the original source material. And of course, Jaime Saudi being the prolific voice actress that she is, and also gifted with a very, very good voice, that is attractive, as a baseline, right? Even if you know it's Hayami Saori and like she's not really doing a lot of different characters, she has a good voice, right? So because of this, she fits it very well, and she's doing her, uh, different voices, and you're kind of just sucking the value out of that, or not. That's pretty much how the series is valued. There's not much beyond that, really. I think trying to evaluate it, evaluate Giji Harem positively as an anime series in terms of anything else, like in its story or in its trying to evaluate how the rom-com kind of unfolds is just a really s- failing mission, right? It's just a road to nowhere, and more or less you're just watching it to see Hayami Saori act out the different girl roles, and you're reading the manga source material to see how the girl is acting flirty and lovey-dovey with a main character while acting out these roles. That's pretty much it. So the only I'm just, I guess, glad. I don't know whether I'd say glad necessarily because I don't really have an investment in this series, but it is a fortunate thing that the animation for this series is acted out pretty decently as well. Else, I'd have to. I think there would be very little other worth um, in terms of watching this series. So uh, I think that's all I have to say. What would I rate it? It's a little bit difficult because in its own box, like in its own metrics, right? Quite clearly, how the series wants to be graded is just about how cute the girl is while she's doing these different voices, right? That's pretty much the only metric this series wants to be graded in. But can I really grade a series based upon only the series metric that it's trying to aim for, like that specific pigeonhole? Is my question. So, because it's like if the fundamentals as an anime series, its storytelling, whatever, is all kind of meh, but like the entire point of the series is just, yeah, see cute girl do the cute voices. Does that deserve an above average score or below average score? Like in your guys' opinion. I'm actually like curious to hear you guys maybe. Like, near. What do you think? Like, if I'm if by its own metric, right? The series is doing this thing. Like the point is to watch this thing happen, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, like the guy slashed the sword or like the girl mac with the guy or whatever it is. And it does that very well. Um, but the actual just like components of it are just kind of like, whatever. Then should it receive a good score or a bad score, in your opinion?
Um, I mean, it's like junk food, right? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's like, um, when you're in the mood for McDonald's is like 10 out of 10. But when you're not, it's like dog shit, right? So,
Fuck it, yeah, yeah.
You
But
you know
what does that mean you would
you can
rate
get a pretty
McDonald's? That's the
cheap
thing.
um,
you can get a pretty cheap breakfast at McDonald's. They usually do the what is it? Hash browns 2 for 1 deals, like 2 for 1. One is $1. Same with sausages and muffin. You can get a decent breakfast for under 5.
it's true, but I
Yeah.
don't know what that has to do with the series.
I don't know.
Um, I mean, I think it depends on who you're recommending it to, right? Um, because if you're doing like an objective scoring, um, then it would go down, right? Because the core,
Hmm.
if like the actual fundamental foundations of the show are shaky at best, then obviously the score goes down. But if you're treating it as like, yeah, if you want this one thing and you're like this show delivers on it well, which sounds like it does, then I guess it would go up. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's tricky. I guess I would
Yeah,
factor it in personally, but um, depends on your scoring values, I guess.
yeah. I will probably give this.
10 out of 10.
Uh,
8. All
yeah,
right, that's
a
pretty fair.
big sigh out of 10. I would give this series a. I'm just gonna give it a straight 5 out of 10. I would give it a straight five. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I have to give it a below average score
Damn,
because
it's
I
going
think
down.
there's yeah. I gotta get flamed in the comments, but the reason why is I fundamentally believe that if I don't know, I just think that the fundamentals of the series in terms of its like storytelling and where it can go um is needs to be at a level where if at some time I'm just like, all right, maybe this shtick is a little bit too much. I need to be able to look on like what's happening within the anime itself, like the character interactions, the character evolutions, stuff like that, and be like, okay, this is pretty refreshing. This is like this part is pretty decent too. And then I can later go back to like more gags or more of the girl doing the cutesy stuff or whatever. But I do think at some point that needs to be there for me. The fundamentals need to be there. There needs to be a storytelling that's not just, oh, I think I like you. Oh, wait, no, I'm embarrassed. Oh, I'm blushing. Like it needs to be a little bit better than that, right? So it I cannot give this an average or an above average score in my brain, but I will emphasize that the parts of the series that it really wants to do well, like the cute girl doing the cute like impressions or whatever, it executes upon that. I don't think there's any question. It's just that's just not good enough. It's just not good enough, I think, for me. So, I
So who
will have to give
is the Giji Harem?
yeah.
Is it just the main? Is it just the main girl?
It's just the one yeah, so the name translated is pseudo harem. So it's not a real harem because there are not actual multiple girls in real life. It's just mainly the one girl doing the different like roles and impressions. So she'll do like a tsundere. She'll like quickly tie her hair up into like ponytails or not ponytail, twin tail, and do like the tsundere like role or for a second, and then like act out a small scene or she'll do like a calm, like kudere, like girl, or whatever, stuff like that. Or she'll do like a kwakma, like little like devilish, like imp girl, whatever, blah 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 blah. So like she'll do like different roles, but it's all the same girl in real life. So,
Oh, it's
but yeah,
it's two for the price of one or whatever.
or
Or-
three or more really. So, but
But
yeah,
is she best girl of the season, Spire?
is she best girl? I don't know about best girl of the season, but she is certainly a girl taking on many roles. So,
You know
and again,
who's
Hayami
also a
Saori does a good
girl
job.
that took on plenty of roles? Kitagawa Marin. Can she beat Marin?
uh,
Can she
I
beat the Bisque doll? I don't think she can.
I don't think so. Yeah, Pistol is pretty good. So, but yeah, um, I'd have to give this a 4.5. It's a little bit hard for me to give it five or above for me in the series, but
Yeah,
I do
then
think that again,
name a
if you
series
do
better and worse than this.
name a series better and worse,
Yeah, one
I
series that's
just
better,
gave you
one
one.
series that's worse.
I gave you
y-
the better one
I guess
already. We can now give
Pistol
a
is
worse.
better. Worse would be like I don't know any other series that I've shit on recently. Soul Leveling, I guess, but it's like that's
In the
also
same
put out
genre, like
towards
in the same genre
in
at
the
least.
same genre.
Yeah.
Fuck. I can't remember.
At
I
least
can't
from last
remember.
season then.
Sorry. Oh fuck. I keep forgetting what I covered last season too. Sorry.
Same. Same.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's probably some stuff, but yeah.
So
So yeah,
it's not the best
yeah.
romance series this season, or at
I
least it put
probably
up a good effort.
I think it's an okay watch if you know what you're getting into. But in terms of just like just blind going into it, I would not recommend it because it's just like it just kind of falls flat. Um, but yeah, but
So
yeah.
not
Uh,
better than Jisan Basan, huh? Or
Jisun Basan.
Jisan Basan was pretty good.
I think
I'm lo-
they're all similar levels. I don't know whether which one I would rate more highly, but I think they're pretty much on the similar level. It's like they have that one shtick, they have that one speed, and they're not really going anywhere like way above and beyond that. So,
Did you do one room
but yeah,
apartment? I think you
I
did, right?
think I might have done one room apartment. Um, that one is definitely worse because like the shtick is just not good there.
Did
The
you
shtick,
do you do Seiyu Radio? I think you did, right?
Um, no, I actually did not cover Saori Radio. I did watch a little bit of it. I did not watch all of it, but I think that's a little bit different though. But I prefer that a little bit more than Giji Harem. But
All
anyways,
right.
yeah, I do have to move on. But that was pretty much my review of Giji Harem. I would say again 4.5. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it again unless you really know what you're getting into and you know that this is sort of like a more guilty pleasure series that you're okay with watching, just boom, just ripping through it. And if you're fine with that, then watch it. But if you're just blind going into this and you're like, I want to watch a decent rom-com, I would probably not recommend this series. So, but yeah, that is Giji Harem. I believe it's a manga original. This is the author's first work, I believe, and currently, I think only work, I believe. So that's that Saito Yu, I believe, and being produced currently by Nomad Studios, who's done previously Dropkick on My Devil and some other stuff like Bungo Stray Dogs One and so on. I think Camphor or whatever as well. So yeah, if you do like this sort of stuff, please do check it out, I guess.